Hey there, and welcome on back. As always, I'm Carl with Target's Attitude, absent-minded professor of knives and all things sharp. So I'm back, grab your pens and paper, class is about to begin. Before we get too far into it, a little bit of syllabus work, so to speak. If you're new to the channel, welcome. We mainly do knife reviews here on Fridays. Occasionally I'll review a piece of camping equipment or survival gear. Flashlights, cooking equipment, compasses, that sort of thing. But mainly knives. On Mondays I do knife basics, what you really need to know. This is aimed more at those who are new to the world of knives and want to know what we mean by all the weird terminology we use. What is a Warner key? What does it mean to be flat ground? What's a hollow ground? What's the difference between the different types of steels? Those sorts of things. All designed so that you're not sitting there trying to buy a new knife going, uh, yeah, what he said. In the meantime, for those of you who've been with us for a while, welcome back. Only got one question for you, and I'm sure you know what it is. Have you subscribed yet? No? Oh, come on. We go through this every week. It's so simple. You hit the button right down there that says subscribe. Then you hit the bell next to it so you get notified every time I put up a neat new video. It's a win-win situation. You win because you get notified every time I put up something new. I win because, well, the more subscribers I have, the easier it is to get all these neat new things. But enough of that. On with the knife. Today, we're looking at a newer one from a CRKT. The Raikiri. Interesting little knife. This one is made in Japan. Whoa. Trying to cut up my computer here. It's got a rather nice pocket clip on it. Unfortunately, the pocket clip is only where it is. You can't move it at all. You can take it off, but you can't move it. The handles are anodized aluminum. Very nicely textured. Very smooth. It's not assisted opening, but it's relatively smooth. Comes open nicely. The blade is, they're calling it a Warning key or Warncliffe. That's probably about the best term for it. Unfortunately, CRKT does not mention what steel it's made of. Let me do something here. I can't quite read the writing on the handle, but or on the blade, so just says there's a Mara design. It's got the patent number. Does not list the steel type, which is unusual. Wait a minute, what's that? Nope, that's not the steel type. And on the other side, it just says CRKT. So, being made in Taiwan, I would assume that it's AUSH, but it could be wrong. Yeah. One reason why it's not assisted opening is that it's been fitted with the field strip technology. If you've never seen this in use, it is fantastic. I love it. Basically, you take this switch here, you move it to the other side, then you take this little thumb wheel right here at the end, and you use it to loosen up the blade until there's handle, there's the blade, there's the other side of the knife handle. Now if, say you drop this in a creek while fishing and it gets a lot of sandy mud stuck in it, no big deal. You can take it apart right there in the field without any special tools. clean it off, and then when you're done, you just put everything back together. Tighten it back up here. Clip this back in place, and voila, your knife is back together, ready for you to use. Now, it does put a little bit of pressure on the blade, which is part of why it's not quite as smooth as I might like. But you know what? I'm going to say that's not a big deal. The fact that it still opens with a little bit of wrist action is well worth being able to take it apart out in the field if I need to clean it. But how well we'll do in our standard battery test? Let's find out, shall we? Piece of scrap paper. And as always, this is straight out of the box. No touch-up, no nothing. Yeah. Very nicely that way. Very sweet indeed. By the way, it's a flat grind knife. You can see. And the grind only comes up to about there, which is interesting. But it's still nice. And see how it handles cardboard. Standard corrugated cardboard, as you can see. That's nice. Yeah. It's going to shred any box you want to get open. Fast and fierce and easy. That's here. Hang package test. Standard Gold Peak tea bottle. And let's see here. It went in fairly nicely. Gorgeous. Very nice. Let's see here. Paracord. Standard gaudy piece of paracord. I got a real good price because of how gaudy it was, but you know. And that went through smoothly. Again. Let's get down to loop just big enough to get the tip through. And one. Close to one. I mean, did take a second one, but not much left to get through on the second try. Let's see how it is on zip ties. Smooth. One and done. Let's see. This way. One. Two. Very nice. Let's see how it handles heavy gauge cowhide. It's hanging up a little bit because of how thick the back of the blade is. But, I mean, it's cutting it. Once I get going, it goes smoothly. So, not sure I'd want to use it for a skinning knife because of the shape of the blade, but in a pinch it would do. Let's see here. Piece of wood. Not much left of this one, but enough for us to see. Let's see here. If I'm just looking to smooth it out, that's doing fairly nicely. feathering it up nicely. So, let's see how we do on tawning. As I say, I do not recommend this in real life. That pivot point is always a weakness. As one man I know once said, a folding knife is just a knife that has been pre-broken. I don't quite agree with him, but it is a point. That is a weakness. It is going to let go sooner or later. And the fact that it's field strip technology doesn't exactly help matters any. But let's see how it does just as a one-off. Nice. And I'm not seeing any damage whatsoever to the blade. Not even really a shiny spot. So, let's get that piece of paper back out here. Where did I toss it? There we go. And let's see how it does now. Yeah, no change whatsoever in that blade. Still good as ever. So there you have it. The Raikiri from CRKT. Designed by Mora Designs. Very sweet knife. Very interesting design on the pocket handle. Fairly big. I mean, it's a little over 8 3/4 inches, 8.875 inches in length open, 3.75 inches of blade. It's a thick knife too, though. I mean, that's what, almost 1.5 inches there at thickest part. So definitely a larger knife, but definitely striking. Definitely going to do well for EDC carry if you want it. And I forgot to address choil. Choil is nice, but it could be a little deeper if you want to use it as a finger choil. You can. I just would prefer it a little bit deeper. For a sharpening choil, it's absolutely perfect, though. And price point, I'll suggest retail price on this is $99.95. But you can get them for right around between $40 and $45 without too much trouble. I sell them at gun shows for $66. Sell them on my website for less than that. And as always, I'll put a link down below if you're interested in buying one. Meantime, gotta get going here. Got a gun show this weekend, so I need to get packed up and get on my way down to Columbia. If you're in that area, I'd love to see you. In the meantime, you take care. I'll leave you with a couple videos over here I think you'll enjoy. And of course, as always, you can hit this target over here to subscribe. I hope you do. You take care, and we'll see you next week. Bye now.